JT, you were excited to see Mike Jordan play, as you call him. How do you feel like he performed in his first day as a Buckeye?
I think he did well. I think his nerves kind of calmed down. I think that was very good to see, being that, true freshman. I have no idea what that must have felt like, being a true freshman, coming in there and playing in front of 100,000 people. But I think he did well.
Urban said he wasn't exactly happy with the wide receivers. That was kind of a surprise. It looked like the wide receivers played well. What was your take on the wideouts?
Well, there was some times we had some misassignments out there, which we could have scored. It was kind of like, normally, I guess it was bad timing. So when they had their MAs, there were opportunities to score when those times happened. So, I wasn't, I guess, as upset, but he's a head duck, so he does his thing.
Front row right, Bill.
Dontre Wilson's a guy who's had all this potential all these years. He had 2 touchdowns the other day. You know what he's been through. Could you describe what he brings to the team, and from what you know of him, how important this year is to him?
Yeah, so that is my guy, coming from Texas. And I think with him, it was just coming back off an injury, trying to stay healthy, and he is also that playmaker we need in our offense as well. We have Curtis Samuel, but Dontre, before Curtis, we were talking about Dontre. So they both do the same thing. They could run between tackles. They get the ball outside on the edge and run plays, and then also could run routes. So they both are very dynamic, being playmakers for us. And this year is his senior year, so I know it means a lot to him. We put a lot of work in the offseason. Me and him both have. So I think he's at a good place right now.
How excited was he after the game?
I don't know. I didn't really see him. But I know he was probably with his dad. His dad is hilarious. So his dad was probably fired up. His brother was there too, so that was good for him.
Did you sense with him that he was at any time discouraged during his career here?
Yeah, because I think where he was in DeSoto, Texas, he didn't have any injuries like that, especially with breaking his foot. And if you haven't gone through anything like that before, I'm pretty sure it's very difficult trying to grasp that whole injury and trying to come back from it. So.
Second row, Lori.
JT, Philip Montgomery, Tulsa's coach, was the quarterback's coach for RG3, Bryce Petty, Case Keenum, Kevin Cobb. I don't expect you to speak on him, but I'm wondering what it takes. You're an expert on this. What would it take to be a successful quarterback's coach?
I don't know.
What do you need from your guy?
He actually recruited me when he was at Baylor too. So the question is, what does it take to be a quarterback coach?
What do you need from your guy?
What do I need out of my guy? I think toughness is are you saying what I need for Coach Beck? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, you should be an expert on what it takes to be a good quarterback's coach, because you're a guy who.
So you asked me, do I need a quarterback or do I need out of the coach?
What do you need out of the coach?
The coach. I think something Coach Beck does a really good job of is breaking down film and trying to transition that onto the field. I think when he got here, that really helped me, because there would be times where I would sit there, definitely I'd say early on my true freshman year, or not my true freshman year, but my redshirt freshman year, it was I'm watching film and I was like, all right, I see it on film. It's comfortable. I'm watching it in the chair. I'm pressing buttons. But then I get out there and the bullets start flying. It's like, man, I don't see anything I saw on film. So I think that's something that he does a really good job. And then just being, I guess, calm on game days. I think that's something that is really helpful as a quarterback, because we got a lot of stuff to handle. Everything's flying around. So with that, I think that was something that I enjoy with Coach Beck.
Not a follow-up, but I'm curious. You know a lot of famous people. You had a record-setting day on Saturday. Who was the most famous person who texted you their congratulations?
Most famous person? I talked to Kurt Herbstreit. We text every now and then. I get that. That's pretty cool.
Second row middle, Ryan.
Just from a technical standpoint or anything on the field, is there anything that you improved in the off season that you either weren't or couldn't do last year?
I wouldn't say something I couldn't do, but things I got better at was things that I just talked about, like being able to see the defense transition what I saw on film onto the field, like the first touchdown to KJ. I saw the no deep look that we practiced on the field in practice, but I also saw on film and what the look was going to be like, and then I checked into the protection and gave the routes, and we scored. So that's something that just from seeing that on film, and it would go out there and know what to do and execute it. So.
Is that just something that comes from experience, or is that something you like specifically tried to work on?
It's a little bit of both. I think experience, it starts to slow down a little bit for you as far as the game, and then something we definitely worked on in practice. So.
Front row left, Ari.
There's no quarterback competition this year, but there is one behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering, we saw Joe play, what you've seen from that quarterback competition, and how do you believe Dwayne Haskins might be coming along?
Jerry, I didn't know there was quarterback competition. Did you know?
No.
I didn't know that there was. But I guess my man John, he did well. I think he's just a funny guy. Like, he's out there on the sideline. Coach Myers telling me, "Hey, go get Joe ready." And I was all right. And then I could just see his eyes like this, like warming up. Oh man, John, he was hilarious. But same thing with Ross. That's Dwayne. So Ross, I think with him, he just needs more reps, and I think that's with him. The same thing with John. Both of them need a lot of reps, and I think that's going to be helping them definitely get better and develop his reps. But I think, like I said, I didn't know there was quarterback competition, but I think John's ahead of Ross because that's just off of experience.
Front row right here, Austin.
JT, I'm guessing that that start wasn't what you had in mind with the interception.
Well, definitely not.
What is the conversation as you come off the field or briefly in between those drives, or is there any at all?
The conversation with myself?
Or did you talk to anybody? Coach review out or anything like that?
Nah, Coach Murray didn't say nothing to me. The conversation I had with myself, though, is just like, well, darn, Jay. That's how we do. I didn't use darn, but trying to keep it PG in here. But yeah, I was just like, man, Jay, somebody could have told you was throwing a pick six the first drive of 2016. You'd be like, you're a liar. But yeah, so I was sitting there, so I said, well, sheesh, JT. It's pick six, but relax. You know what happened. You was just being greedy, so stop being greedy. And then I went to everybody and was like, I was on me. I apologize. Won't happen again. Then we went on about our day.
Far left, Dave.
JT, along those lines, what will you look at film-wise this week? Will you look at the positive? Will you look at the negative? Which will you spend more time with?
Well, we watched film yesterday of the game, and we always try to critique ourselves and make sure we try to get better. So the positives, you kind of flip through those rather quickly, and look at the plays that need work on still. So, but I think that's how any team should look at it. Especially, we had a good day, but there was still things we could improve on.
By way of self-evaluation, don't give yourself a grade, but how'd you feel Saturday went?
After the game, I felt good about of how I played. Of course, wish I had a couple balls back, but other than that, I was at a good place on how I performed.
And just to go full Tim May on you here with 3 questions. You've referenced hilarious people about 3 times here just since you've been here. Who are your favorite hilarious people that are a part of this program? Coach, player, whatever. You seem to enjoy that aspect of that personality.
John is hilarious. He's just a weird cat, man. Yeah, with y'all. I think as quarterbacks, we're all kind of weird dudes. I think it's part of, I guess, the job or role, but he's different. And I said that to y'all before. When he comes up, a couple years, you go be talking to John, and he's coming up with his American flag wolf T-shirts, and he has a Tom and Jerry T-shirt. He's going with awful green shorts. He's just, and that's the thing. He doesn't laugh. I'm laughing at him. I'm really not laughing with him, so I'm laughing at him. Another funny guy is Michael Hill. He's my classmate. He's hilarious. Trying to see, as coaches, they're a funny coach. Coach Stud. If you ever get a chance to talk to Coach Stud, he'll have you rolling on the floor. But those are funny people.
And last two questions, far left, Doug.
JT, you mentioned Coach Montgomery recruiting you when he was at Baylor. What was your relationship like with him, and how do you think you would have fit into that Baylor type of spread offense as a quarterback?
Relationship, it was, I talked to him a couple of times. I went to the Baylor junior day and sat down and talked to him. But it wasn't anything bad. It was just where I was thinking about the whole Baylor system. Like, I really liked their offense, but as far as winning a national championship, that's all I wanted to do, and I didn't see that happening at Baylor, so that's why I came here. But me fitting the offense, I think what they do, they play fast, which is great. A lot of power run stuff and throw verticals down the field. So it's a lot of, I guess, explosive plays.
Quarterback, you think it's I mean, what they're doing now at Tulsa, what they do at Baylor, similar to what you do at Ohio State, or how is it a little bit different?
I have no idea what they do at Tulsa, honestly. But
I mean, now that he's at Tulsa,
it's the same. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I think it's different just because we do a lot of, I guess, it's power run as well, but I think we run the ball more. They do a lot of more play action, but probably don't run the ball as much. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a quarter. I don't analyze, I guess, offenses like that, so I don't know.
And last question. After Houston's win, what do you think of Coach Herman, and do you think Houston could be a playoff contender?
Man, Coach Herm, Big Herm. Yeah, I wouldn't bet against Coach Herman. He's a great coach. I think he does a great job of getting his guys ready to play, despite who it may be. And as far as them being a playoff contender, I mean, I don't know. That's really not my job. Let's go out there and try to win football games.
And final questions, Tim.
JT, there's no doubt now statistically that you are very good at taking your team to the end zone with either you scoring or throwing a touchdown pass. I mean, you set the Big Ten record 2 years ago for that. You set the school record Saturday. As you analyze yourself, what is it about you being able to get your team to the end zone? I mean, can you describe your mindset or whatever that's giving you a knack for that? Obviously, that's your ultimate goal every time anyway.
I think about it, if we go into a drive, just positive plays. And I think with that, I mean, it could be 2 yards, but just make sure that we keep on progressing going forward. And I don't know if that's something that a lot of people may think about, but I know it's just like, say we're trying to take a shot, and we take a shot, and the shot's not there. They cover it. Well, it's okay. You hit a check down and let, Mike Weber, Kurt Samuel, Dontre run for 7 yards. I mean, it's a whole lot easier than me taking off running. So I think it's just positive plays. And even if it was me taking off running, if I get 4 yards, it's still positive plays, so we're not looking at a 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 9. And so trying to make it easier on ourselves as an offense, and that's something that I think about. And I think that's just, as a quarterback, it's something real simple you could do is try to limit bad plays and negative plays.
And the other thing is, Saturday you had a bunch of new guys around you. Did you find yourself, playing more cautiously than you would like to going into your 4th year? I mean, how did you sort of like go in that mindset of knowing that, hey, the lights are on now, some of these guys may not be on the same page I am. How do you approach that as a veteran quarterback with you guys around you?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think that way at all. Because the guys we have, whether it be a wideout or mainly just wideouts, and even tight end with Marcus, they've been here for a couple of years, so they know our offense. I've went through it with the spring and fall camp, so we got a lot of reps in and kind of know where guys are going to be and kind of on the same page. So I don't think that was something I really thought about because the guys, they've been here, they know the offense, and we had a lot of reps. So that wasn't a thing at all.
Great. JT, thank you very much.
Thanks, JT.
Hey, folks,
Y'all be good.
Move on to the